everyone, welcome or welcome back to my channel. Today I've got some super easy Christmas DIY gifts to share with you that I think you're really going to enjoy. So if you want how to make them, stick around. I'll show you how. Thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate it. Right, Maxwell? Okay, for this one, I'm going to use some little 1-ounce metal tins that I got from Amazon. I'll give you the link for them. And then line a cookie sheet with some parchment paper and then just lay those out open on there. And then we're going to mix our mixture to pour inside of them. Okay, and for this one, I'm just using some white beeswax. Now, I am going to use a scale and a container to measure this out. If you don't want to do this, you will have to melt your beeswax first to see how much you have in there, because we're going to put equal amount of beeswax to some coconut oil. And I'm measuring out 6 ounces right there. And then for my coconut oil, I'm going to add another 6 ounces. So whatever carrier oil you're going to use, you need to just make sure that it has the same amount as the beeswax. And then I'm just pouring it in, and I can see on my scale that I'm measuring out 6 ounces. And then I'm going to put this in the microwave, and I'm going to microwave it at 30-second intervals until it's completely melted. Don't try to speed this process up by setting your timer for longer. It has to be 30-second intervals. And it took mine 5 times to get it to a liquid state like this. Next, I'm going to take some vitamin E, and I'm going to put 1 full dropper into my mixture. This will help preserve it a little bit longer. And just really stir that up. Make sure it's mixed in really well. Next, I'm taking some fragrance oil. I'm using a cashmere fragrant oil, and I'm going to add 5% to the weight of my wax. So whatever your wax is on your scale right now, calculate 5% of that, and that's how much you're going to add. And I'm just doing mine in droppers because I don't want to overdo it, but 5% is the max load that I'm going to put in this. And we're making a perfume first. We are going to make a cologne next. And then really mix that in there well, and then we're going to start pouring it into our tins. Now, these containers that I'm using right here to melt my wax and everything in, I'll give you the link for those. Since they have that long little spout, it's a little bit easy to pour using one of these. And I'm not going all the way to the top. I'm just going about maybe 1/4 of an inch from the top. And then once you get these filled, you need to set these aside. Don't touch them, and let them completely dry to a solid state. Since I didn't fill these all the way to the top, I was able to get 14 containers with this one batch. For the guy's cologne, I'm just using a masculine musk. You can use any kind of musk or any kind of guy scent that you want to, but we're mixing it exactly like we did the other. And your fragrant oil will tell you what the maximum load that you can put in something. It should tell you either on the website or on the bottle. And I think this ended up being about 7%, so I am putting a little bit more on this. You just don't want it to be overbearing. These are going to be subtle scents, but they're really going to be nice. And if you don't want to use a fragrant oil in these, you can use a essential oil as well, kind of mixing up a couple of different ones to get a nice scent. And then just really pour it slowly so it doesn't overflow. Now, you can go with the 1/2 ounce tins if you want to, if you need to do for more people, or you could even give them 2 different fragrances. But this is a really good size for the solid perfume and the solid cologne. Okay, next I'm going to label them, and I've given you these in the description below. You just download and print them, and I printed mine on a vinyl sheet. This is just 1 full sheet, and then I'm just going to use a 1.5 inch hole punch to punch these out. Now, you could run these probably through your Cricut and then just do the print and cut. I think it'll work fine with the Cricut as well. Just make sure you get your lids on really good, and you know which ones are for the perfume and which ones are for the cologne. And then the backing on these pulls off pretty easily, and then just center it on your tin, and then just label all of them exactly the same way. But you need to make sure that you put the cologne ones on the cologne and the perfume ones on the perfume. Then to package these, I'm just using a little 2 by 2 inch box I got on Amazon. These go together pretty quick and easily, and you get quite a few of these in a pack. I'll give you the link for these in the description below. And I am going to put a little paper filler in here, just some crinkle paper filler in the bottom, and then put that in there, and then that way it doesn't bounce around. Then once you get in box, I would definitely recommend putting a P on the ones that are perfume and a C on the ones that are cologne. Next, for the tags, I've given you in the description below a link to these. You just print them out on some cardstock. And I'm just using an adhesive backing, and I'm going to glue it to the front part of each one of my little boxes. This was just a little bit too small of a box to really hang a tag from it because it didn't have enough room actually to hang. So this worked out pretty good. And then just kind of line them up the best you can on the front of it. I did get a few of them a little bit crooked. But I'm doing all of mine like this, the perfume ones and the cologne ones. To decorate my boxes, I got these little wreaths from Michael's, and I'm taking all the red bows off of them and the backing off of all of them. And then once you do that, you will have to glue them back together because they do open up. Just put a little bit of glue right there, glue them back together. And I'm going to glue these to the top of each one of my boxes. Now, if you can't get these little wreaths, you can just get some garland and make some small wreaths or put whatever you want to on the top of your boxes. I just think this really ended up looking cute that way. For this next one, I'm going to use some little 2-ounce bottles, and I'm going to make some room spray. Now, I'm using some essential oil. I got this kit from Amazon. I'll give you the link for it. And it actually told you which of the essential oils go well together. And I'm going to use 4 different ones. I'm going to use lavender, jasmine, yang yang, and rose. Okay, then I'm going to add my essential oil first to my bottle. So I'm going to start with the lavender. I'm going to put 5 drops of this into each one of my little bottles. And then my jasmine, I'm going to do 5. And then the yang yang, I'm going to put 3 drops. And the rose, I'm going to put 3 drops. You can put up to 24 drops of essential oil in a 2-ounce bottle, but I tend to go on the lower side because essential oils are so concentrated, you don't want to overdo it. And I'm doing all my bottles exactly the same scent. And this little kit comes with a dropper, so it's pretty handy. And if you don't want to use essential oils, you can use a fragrance oil as well. It will work just as fine. Next, I'm going to fill half of my bottle up with the witch hazel. Now, I'm going to show you this mistake I made so you don't make this. I was looking at the side of the jar just to make sure that I didn't get more than half full, but I forgot that the funnel was going way up and I spilled it everywhere. So don't make this mistake. Pour slowly. Just take your time as you're pouring. Just really pour slowly, and then just make sure that you're only getting half a bottle full of the witch hazel, and you're going to fill all of them exactly the same way. You're going to fill the remainder of the bottle with just some regular distilled water, but you want to stop below the neck so that you have enough room to put your spray top in there. You finish filling them, you're going to put your lid on there and you're going to tighten it up super tight. Just make sure that those are really tight. And then you're going to shake these up really good, give them a really good shake so everything gets mixed up in there really well. And then next, just really give them a good wipe down. And make sure again that that lid is on tightly. Next, I've given you some labels. You're just going to print them out. And I put cutting marks on there so you know exactly where to cut those. Okay, then once you got the long sides cut, we're going to cut the short sides. So stack your labels up together and we're going to cut at that line at the top. And then all of your labels are going to be 1.5 inches from there. So you can just turn it and just cut each one of them at 1.5 inches and you'll have them exactly where you need them. And you could use whatever kind of sticker paper that you want to use. You could actually even print these on regular paper, cut them out, and then glue them on into the back. And you're just going to center it right into the middle of your bottle and wrap it around. Now this has the ingredients written on it and it has the instructions on how to use it. And it does say room spray, and I did call it Sweet Blossom because I thought that was a good name for them. And to bag these, I'm just taking a 5 by 11 inch bag. I'm going to pull it over to the side and then I'm going to fold it over onto the back and then put a rubber band right around the top to hold all this together. And I'm going to cut my tops here short here in a little bit, but just get them all bagged and then we can put our tags on and our ribbons on. For our tags, these just say Merry Christmas, and they do say that they are room spray. And I'm just going to cut them with a paper cutter because they are lined up real straight, so you can just cut them with a paper cutter. Then to attach my tags, I'm just going to take a hole punch. This is a 1/8 inch hole punch. And then I'm going to take some baker's twine to wrap around it. Then I'm going to just tie a nice ribbon around the front part and tie it off into a bow. And these went together pretty easy. These do make really good gifts, and they're pretty inexpensive to make. All right, look how cute that turned out. Let me know what you think in the comments. If you enjoyed the video today, I would love it if you would subscribe to my channel. This next one, I'm just using a Christmas mold that I got at Michael's, and these are 1/2 ounce cavities. And this is kind of a rigid type mold. I would highly recommend finding a silicone mold that has like Christmas shapes on it. And then we're just going to use some melt and pour soap. I'm using a goat's milk melt and pour soap, and we're just going to put enough into the container to melt just to fill each one of those cavities. You're just going to cut it into little cubes. It makes it a little bit easier to melt. And you don't have to measure if you don't want to, but I am measuring this out so I have just enough to fill each one of my little molds. And then you're going to microwave it, stirring every 30 seconds. Fragrance, I got this holiday pack on Amazon, and I'm going to use a cranberry fragrance oil. Color my soap, I'm just using a red soap dye, and I'm just going to put a few drops in here. It's actually going to turn more pink than it is red. You don't want to overdo on the dye because it does stain sometimes, so I'm just kind of being light on this. Just enough to make it a little bit pink color. And if you don't want to use a liquid dye, you can use like mica coloring to color these as well. And I'm trying to create a candy cane effect for these soaps, so I'm going to do some in white and some of them in the red, or some of them in the pink. And then I'm going to add my fragrance oil, and I'm going to just add a little bit in here. I'm not going to overdo it, just a few little drops in here because I don't want it overly powered, but you can kind of smell as you go to see how it smells. Got it completely mixed together. I'm just going to fill each one of my cavities. Now you want to pour slow on this, and you don't want to go all the way to the top. Otherwise you will have it to overflow. Kind of take your time on this part, and these little funnel pitchers, they work really good for this. And then once you get them completely full, you're going to spritz them with some alcohol to get rid of the air bubbles. Set those aside and let them dry completely. Once those have dried, you're going to pop them out of the mold. Now, these were a little bit harder to get out because this is really for a candy mold. So I would highly recommend using a silicone mold on this. Then I'm going to mix up another batch exactly like I did that one, but I'm not going to put any coloring in it. And I'm going to scent it with the apple cider fragrance oil. And I'm pouring this in the exact same mold I did the other ones in. And then I'm going to spritz it with the alcohol, set it aside, and let it dry. Okay, then to package these, I just got some little greenery. I'm just going to cut some little sprigs off of it. And I'm using some little fish bowls that I got at Dollar Tree. These are in the vase department. And I'm also going to use some little mason jars as well. And I'm going to start by filling the bottom part up with just some of the white snow. And I'll give you the link for the snow that I get. I get it on Amazon. It's really a nice snow. I'm filling my containers about 2/3 of the way full with this snow. And this is not going to hurt your soap at all. It really did make them look really cute. And I'm going to put half pink and half white soap in each one of my little bowls. These really did look cute with the snow. But just kind of fill them as full as you want to. I did put quite a few in here. And then I'm going to do the same thing in a jar as well. And I'm just going to put a few of the little green sprigs in each one of them. Doing the same thing with some little 8-ounce mason jars. Now you won't be able to ship these to anybody because they'll be all over the place with the snow, but these are great gifts if you're hand giving these. These really did turn out cute. And then for your jars, you're just going to put your lids on top. To package these, I'm just going to slide these down into a little bag, just a little clear bag. And then I'm going to box my corners with some tape. And then I'm just going to tie a ribbon around the top and add a tag. This was a real easy little project too. And then they can put this in their bathroom for guest soaps. And then just cut your bag a little bit short. And I'm bagging my jars exactly the same way. And for my tags, I've just given you just a regular Merry Christmas tag. You can just download these, print them on some cardstock, and cut them out. And just like the other ones, I'm just attaching these with some baker's twine, and then I'm just going to tie a nice bow around the front. And I'll give you the link for the ribbon I'm using. I got this on Amazon. You get a pretty good size roll of this, and I'll give you the link for the baker's twine as well. I've been using the same one for years. You get a lot on a roll. All right, that was pretty easy. Look how cute that turned out. For this next one, I'm using some goat milk soap, and I'm only going to use 1/4 of this. So this is a 1/2 of a pound because this is a 2-pound slab. And I'm just going to cut this up and I'm going to melt it in a Pyrex dish. And then you're going to melt this in the microwave, and you're going to need to take it out and stir it every 30 seconds. And it takes probably about 4 times just to get it completely liquid. It's melting. I'm going to take 2 cups of sugar, and I'm going to add some cocoa to this. I'm just trying to make it look more like it is a brown sugar. So you can add a couple of scoops to this, just kind of blend it in real good. And then that way you're using a natural colorant instead of something that's artificial. Next, I'm taking 4 ounces of a sweet almond oil, and I'm going to add that to my soap. And then I'm going to slowly start stirring in my sugar mixture. And you kind of want to work fast on this because your soap will start to dry and harden. And this is going to be a really thick mixture. So really take some time to get this stirred in good. And then we're going to start putting into the little cavities of our mold. But you are going to have to kind of work quickly because it is already starting to dry. And this is just a sugar scrub that we're making. And on the carrier oil, you can use any kind of carrier oil that you want. I just chose the sweet almond oil. You could use any kind that you want to. But get all the cavities pretty full and then really press them down so that they are flat on the top. And you will have to work quickly on this. You're going to set those aside and let those dry completely. You're going to take these out of your mold and you're going to let them set up for about 20 minutes. And then we're going to cut these into 4 pieces. That way on a sugar scrub, they just have a small piece of sugar scrub and they can make this go a long way. Package these. I got these little loaf pans from Michael's, and I'm just going to put these in a plastic bag and put those in there. Now you can put these in anything you want to. You can put them in a jar. You could just bag them. And I'm going to tie a rubber band around the top of mine, and I'm going to tuck it up underneath so that I can put a belly band around the top part. So you kind of want to get it flat if you are using these pans. This recipe really did make quite a few. Package these. I've given these little belly bands in the description below. Just download and print them. And I'm just printing mine on some craft paper and then just cut them out. I'm just cutting mine out with a paper cutter because it's a little bit easier for me. Attach my belly band. I'm just going to form it around here, make the creases on the sides. I'm going to have to trim it a little bit on the back so it won't overlap where you don't see the instructions and the ingredients, and then just add a piece of tape to the back just to hold all that together. You want to use a jar. These will fit around a jar real nicely as well. So you could put these in a jar. I'm going to fill up the gaps on both ends. I'm just going to fill it up with some crinkle paper, and then I am going to bag this entire thing. These end up fitting perfectly into just like a 5 by 11 inch plastic bag. And I'll give you the link for my bags. I get them on Amazon. I'm just going to pull it up to the top. I'm just going to add a ribbon at the top. And then I've also given you just some regular Merry Christmas tags that you can add to the top as well. This was a pretty quick and easy gift, and I think these turned out so cute. Let me know what you think in the comments. Okay, I hope this video gave you some inspiration. All of these are really nice gifts. They're easy and they're very budget friendly. If you like these kind of videos, be sure and give me a like, subscribe, and ring that bell to be notified when I have a new video upload. Thank y'all so much for being here. I really appreciate it. And if nobody's told you today, you're awesome. See you next time. Thanks for watching.